Hello again, everybody. It's February 5th today. And once again, we're dealing with the law here in Exodus. And what I love about this section of Exodus is these principles are very much still applicable today. We talk a lot in Western history and um, yeah, and even the history of the United States and our Constitution that so much of what we have is built on biblical principles, Judeo-Christian values, as it's often stated. And you can see that very clearly in this passage that even though we don't have maybe oxen and donkeys and vineyards, um, we know pretty quickly how those things would apply to cars or bicycles or gardens, whatever it might be, right? So it's not much of a stretch of our imaginations to figure out how the principles given in this passage apply to us. And something that undergirds them, I think, is really important is this idea of an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, right? Um, and we think, okay, well, then everybody's going to be blind and toothless. But really, what the principle behind this is, as you probably well know, that we're not supposed to go farther than that, right? And um, we see it in the movies all the time when somebody insults you, maybe kills somebody in your family, you go after them and kill their whole family in return. So it's a overdoing of that justice, vengeance on the other side. That is what this principle is about, right? You're not supposed to go farther in punishment than somebody went in the original crime or even accident as it's given here, right? Um, I think it's also instructive, the little part of it that says if a thief is caught breaking in at night and struck a fatal blow, the defender is not guilty of bloodshed. But if it happens after sunrise, the defender is guilty of bloodshed. And so there's you have all those stand your ground laws and other things that we have in our country. Um, you know, the right to protect your property and your household and your family, but also to have some common sense with that, right? If it's not necessary to kill them just because they've broken into your house, then you shouldn't take every opportunity you can to exact vengeance on them. So I think there's a lot of compassion that undergirds the law here and these principles of the law here as well. Again, we don't have slaves and masters as much in our modern day as they did back then, and so some of these seem foreign to us. But at their heart and at their root, we can tell that God is just, that He wants justice and compassion from us as well, and that should be how we view the world, not necessarily what is legal, just because of man's sin and our kind of accommodation to that, but we should look to what God has in terms of character and apply that to our relationships and even our situations too that might cause some difficulty in life. All right, so that's it for today. See you tomorrow.